Welcome to our channel. Are you ready to embark on thrilling adventures across the cosmos, encounter mysterious alien civilizations, and explore the unknown depths of space? If so, you've come to the right place. Subscribe and join our community of fellow sci-fi enthusiasts who love diving into epic tales and futuristic explorations. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an exciting new story. We want to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite sci-fi moment, or let us know what kind of adventures you'd like to see next. Your feedback helps us create the stories you crave. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to journey beyond the stars as we begin our latest saga.
Ryan Carter, a young and ambitious technician, stepped onto the interstellar transport ship, his heavy toolkit slung over one shoulder, taking a job at Zenara Outpost, a massive space station thousands of light years from Earth. Was a monumental leap in his career. Since childhood, Ryan had dreamt of working among the stars. And now, that dream was finally coming true. As the ship approached the station, Ryan stood on the observation deck, awestruck by the breathtaking view. Zenara Outpost sparkled brilliantly amidst the twin suns of the Orionis Cluster, a marvel of technology renowned throughout the galaxy. Its metallic architecture gleamed with precision, and its towering spires reached toward infinity, a beacon of interstellar cooperation and progress. When Ryan disembarked, he was instantly reminded that he wasn't on Earth anymore. The station was teeming with beings from across the galaxy. Some were towering and radiant, their skin glowing faintly under the artificial lighting. Others were diminutive, fluttering about on translucent, crystalline wings. But none drew his attention quite like the Velarion women, ethereal beings with luminescent skin, eyes like galaxies, and an elegance that transcended human standards of beauty. A soft, melodic voice pulled him from his thoughts. "Welcome to Zenara Outpost." Technician Carter, a Velarion woman, greeted him with a warm smile. She introduced herself as Emma Lane, the liaison officer assigned to guide him during his stay. Emma, with her flowing silver hair and pristine white uniform that hugged her lithe frame, exuded both professionalism and undeniable charm. "Thank you. I'm looking forward to getting started," Ryan replied. His voice steadied despite the undeniable awe he felt in her presence. "We're thrilled to have someone of your expertise here," Emma said as she gestured for him to follow her through the station's sleek corridors. "But I should warn you, your work here will be unlike anything you've ever encountered on Earth." Ryan's curiosity was piqued, but before he could press for details, Emma offered a cryptic smile and motioned him forward. They passed through restricted zones guarded by advanced security systems until they arrived at a vast chamber filled with strange, high-tech machinery. A faintly sweet aroma lingered in the air, and Ryan quickly noticed dozens of Velarion women connected to these devices. "This is the heart of our operation," Emma explained. "Our people, the Velarions, possess a unique biological ability to produce a rare and highly valued milk that's distributed throughout the galaxy. Your job is to ensure that these milking machines operate at peak efficiency." Ryan struggled to keep his expression neutral as he took in the room. The sheer novelty of the task ahead was both fascinating and daunting. But he knew he had to focus. This was his chance to prove himself on an interstellar scale. "Understood," he said, gripping his toolkit firmly. "I'm ready to get started." Emma smiled, her bright, otherworldly eyes gleaming with amusement. "That's the spirit. We need someone like you, Ryan. Someone not only skilled but also open to embracing the extraordinary. I believe you'll adapt quickly." As Ryan began his assignment at Zenara Outpost, he had no idea that this job would challenge more than his technical expertise. It would take him on a journey that would forever change his life. Ryan Carter was quick to immerse himself in the rhythms of life at Zenara Outpost. Though the tasks at hand were unlike anything he had ever encountered, The station was not just an engineering marvel, it was a cultural crossroads where the Velarions' unique biology met interstellar commerce. From his first day, Ryan found himself in constant awe of how seamlessly technology and culture intertwined in this strange, mesmerizing place. His liaison, Emma Lane, became his guide to this new world. Emma's calm demeanor and sharp intellect belied the challenges she faced daily as the station's primary coordinator for technical operations. She wasn't merely a figurehead. Emma was deeply respected by her peers for her problem-solving skills and her ability to foster cooperation among the station's diverse residents. One morning, Emma invited Ryan to join her on a tour of the station's sprawling central hub. "It's important for you to understand not just the technology but the people who make this station thrive," she explained as they walked along the transparent bridge that overlooked the bustling operations below. Workers, both human and Velarion, moved with purpose. Their actions a carefully choreographed dance of productivity. "Velarion biology is central to everything here," Emma said, her tone turning more serious as they entered the production chamber Ryan had first glimpsed on his arrival. The machines, sleek and humming with activity, were at the core of the station's operations. Ryan now understood that his role as a technician was critical to keeping this system running flawlessly. As they passed one of the milking stations, a Velarion woman looked up and offered a kind smile. Her luminescent skin glowed softly under the overhead lights, and her eyes shimmered like molten gold. "Good morning, Emma. Is this our new technician?" she asked in a musical voice. "Yes," Emma replied warmly. "Ryan, this is Leora, one of our senior producers. She's been with us for nearly a decade. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ryan," Leora said, extending a hand that was both delicate and firm. "The work you'll do here is vital. We depend on these machines not only for our livelihood but for the well-being of the galaxy. Our milk nourishes billions." Ryan nodded, feeling the weight of her words. "I'll do everything I can to keep things running smoothly." Leora's smile deepened. "I'm sure you will. Emma wouldn't have brought you here otherwise." As they moved on, Ryan found himself reflecting on the sheer scale of his responsibility. This wasn't just a technical job, it was a mission with far-reaching implications. The Velarion milk wasn't merely a commodity, it was life-sustaining, prized for its unparalleled nutritional and medicinal properties. Yet, as Emma later explained, it was also a source of contention. "Not everyone in the galaxy supports what we do here," Emma admitted during a quiet moment in the station's observation deck. The twin suns of the Orionis Cluster cast long shadows across the room, adding a somber tone to her words. "Some believe that our methods are exploitative, even though all Velarion producers volunteer for their roles. Others see us as a threat to their economies. Do you think they'll ever understand?" Ryan asked, genuinely curious. Emma hesitated before answering, her gaze fixed on the stars outside. "Understanding takes time, Ryan. And trust. That's why what we do here has to be flawless, not just the machines but how we communicate our values to the galaxy." Ryan felt a newfound respect for Emma. She wasn't just maintaining a station, she was navigating a fragile balance between technological excellence and cultural diplomacy. As they left the observation deck, he silently vowed to do his part in supporting her vision. As Ryan Carter settled into his role at Zenara Outpost, the complexity of his work began to unfold. The station was a delicate ecosystem of technology, biology, and diplomacy, and even a minor malfunction could have far-reaching consequences. Ryan quickly became indispensable, tackling issues with a calm efficiency that earned him the respect of his Velarion colleagues. One day, while inspecting a milking machine that had been flagged for irregular output, Ryan noticed something strange. The machine's suction regulator, a critical component, had been tampered with. It wasn't a typical mechanical failure. The adjustments were deliberate, subtle enough to cause inefficiencies without triggering alarms. Ryan's instincts told him this wasn't an isolated incident. He brought the issue to Emma Lane, who listened intently as he explained his findings. Someone's been tampering with the equipment, Ryan concluded. If this continues, it could jeopardize the entire operation. Emma's face darkened with concern. Sabotage, she murmured. We've faced resistance before, but it's never escalated to this level. Do you think you can identify who's responsible? Ryan nodded, determination hardening his features. I'll need time, but I'll find out. With Emma's support, Ryan dove into the station's maintenance logs and surveillance data. He discovered a pattern. The machines targeted for sabotage were all in high-yield zones, where production was critical to meeting the station's quotas. The saboteur wasn't just causing inconvenience, they were attempting to undermine Zenara Outpost's reputation as a reliable supplier to the galaxy. One evening, as Ryan worked late in the production chamber, he noticed a figure moving in the shadows. It wasn't unusual for technicians to work odd hours, but something about the person's furtive movements set his nerves on edge. Keeping his distance, Ryan followed the figure down a series of maintenance corridors until they reached an isolated section of the station. The figure crouched by a control panel, tools in hand, and began making adjustments. Ryan stepped forward, his voice steady. Who are you? And what are you doing here? The figure froze before turning to face him, a young Velarion man, his expression a mix of defiance and fear. You shouldn't be here, the man said, his voice sharp. Ryan raised his hands in a gesture of non-aggression. I'm not here to fight. I just want to understand why you're doing this. The man hesitated, then spat out his words. You humans come here and act like you own everything. You exploit our people, our resources. This station is a stain on Velarion honor. Ryan frowned, taken aback by the accusation. This station isn't about exploitation, he replied firmly. It's a partnership. Every Velarion here chooses to be part of this operation. Do they? The man retorted bitterly. Or have they been blinded by promises of fame and wealth? The galaxy doesn't see us as people, they see us as producers. Before Ryan could respond, the man bolted down the corridor. Ryan gave chase but lost him in the maze of passages. Frustrated but undeterred, he reported the encounter to Emma. This isn't just sabotage, Emma said, her voice heavy with worry. It's part of a larger ideological divide. Some Velarians see what we do here as a betrayal of our culture, no matter how much good it brings to the galaxy. Ryan nodded slowly. We need to address this, Emma. If we don't, it's only going to escalate. Together, they devised a plan to secure the station's operations while also addressing the deeper issues at play. Emma coordinated with the station's leadership to hold an open forum, inviting all residents to voice their concerns. Meanwhile, Ryan worked tirelessly to upgrade the station's security systems, ensuring that no further sabotage could occur. The forum was tense, with heated debates breaking out between those who supported the station's mission and those who opposed it. Emma stood at the center, her calm and empathetic demeanor helping to de-escalate conflicts. Ryan watched from the sidelines, struck by her ability to navigate such a volatile situation. As the meeting drew to a close, a resolution was proposed. The station would implement greater transparency in its operations, ensuring that all Velarians had a voice in how their resources were managed. It was a small step, but one that signaled a commitment to unity and mutual respect. Ryan felt a flicker of hope. The sabotage had been a wake-up call, but it had also paved the way for a stronger, more inclusive Zenara Outpost. Yet he couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of the challenges they would face. As tensions on Zenara Outpost began to ease, thanks to Emma's diplomatic efforts and Ryan's technological upgrades, life on the station started to return to normal. However, a new challenge loomed on the horizon: the annual Intergalactic Nutritional Contest. A prestigious competition that showcased the finest and most innovative resources from across the galaxy. For years, Velarion Milk had been a top contender. And this year, the station was determined to claim victory once again. The contest wasn't just about prestige, it was a chance to solidify Zenara Outpost's reputation as a leader in interstellar commerce. For Emma, it was also deeply personal. She confided in Ryan one evening as they prepared the equipment for the competition. "This isn't just about winning," she said, her usually composed voice tinged with emotion. "It's about proving that what we do here matters. That the sacrifices and efforts of every Velarion producer mean something." Ryan nodded, understanding the weight of her words. "Then let's make sure everything is perfect." One of the station's top producers, Leora, had been chosen to represent Zenara Outpost in the competition. Her talent and dedication were unmatched. But the competition was fierce, with participants from across the galaxy bringing their best resources and innovations. Ryan worked closely with Leora to fine-tune the equipment, ensuring that every ounce of milk she produced was of the highest quality. As the day of the competition approached, Ryan began to notice subtle signs of sabotage once again. Machines that had been functioning perfectly started malfunctioning inexplicably. At first, he thought it was coincidence, but the pattern was too deliberate to ignore. Late one night, as he was performing a final systems check, Ryan found himself face to face with a familiar figure, the young Velarion man he had confronted weeks earlier. "You again," Ryan said, his voice a mix of frustration and curiosity. "Why are you still doing this? Don't you see the harm you're causing?" The man hesitated, his defiant expression faltering. "I don't want to hurt anyone," he admitted. "But I can't stand by while our people's traditions are twisted into this industry." Ryan took a step closer, keeping his voice calm. "Then help us make it better. Sabotaging the equipment doesn't fix anything, it just creates more division." The man looked away, guilt flickering across his face. "What would you have me do?" "Work with us," Ryan said. "If you care about your people, then use your voice to improve things instead of tearing them down." The man seemed to consider this for a long moment before nodding reluctantly. "I'll think about it." With the immediate threat neutralized, Ryan threw himself into preparing for the competition. The day finally arrived, and the team from Zenara Outpost stood ready among dozens of competitors. The arena, a massive dome filled with spectators from across the galaxy, buzzed with anticipation. Leora took her place at the center stage, her calm confidence radiating as she began the process. The crowd watched in awe as the advanced machinery Ryan had painstakingly calibrated worked in perfect harmony with Leora's natural abilities. The milk she produced was flawless, rich, creamy, and imbued with the unique properties that made Velarion Milk so sought after. As the judges sampled the entries, tension filled the air. Ryan and Emma stood together, watching nervously as the final scores were tallied. When the results were announced, Zenara Outpost had not only won but had set a new standard of excellence for the competition. The arena erupted into applause, and Leora was awarded the grand prize, a symbol of the station's hard work and innovation. Ryan felt a surge of pride, not just for the victory but for the unity it represented. Later, during the celebration, Emma approached Ryan with a rare smile. "You've done more than just fix machines, Ryan. You've helped us build something stronger." Ryan looked at her, feeling a mix of accomplishment and humility. I couldn't have done it without you. The victory was a turning point for Zenara Outpost. The competition had proven their worth to the galaxy, and the challenges they had faced along the way had only made them stronger. Yet Ryan knew that this was just one chapter in a much larger story, and he was ready for whatever came next. The victory at the Intergalactic Nutritional Contest marked a new era for Zenara Outpost. The station was now a symbol of excellence. Its Velarion producers celebrated as paragons of dedication and innovation. But more than the accolades, the experience had strengthened the bonds among the station's inhabitants, paving the way for a future built on cooperation and trust. In the days following the competition, Ryan Carter found himself reflecting on how much his life had changed since arriving at Zenara. What had started as a straightforward technical job had transformed into a journey of growth, discovery, and connection. Working alongside Emma Lane and the Velarion people, Ryan had come to understand the complexities of interstellar relations and the profound impact their work had on countless lives across the galaxy. One evening, Emma invited Ryan to join her on the observation deck. The station floated silently amidst the shimmering stars of the Orionis Cluster, and the twin suns cast a golden glow over the sleek metal of Zenara. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" Emma said, her voice soft but filled with pride. Ryan nodded, a small smile playing on his lips. "You have. I just tried to keep up." Emma laughed, her silver hair catching the starlight. "Don't sell yourself short, Ryan. You've done more for this station than you realize. The improvements you've made, the way you've handled every challenge, it's made all the difference." They stood in companionable silence for a moment before Emma turned to him, her expression thoughtful. "Do you think you'll stay after your contract ends?" Ryan looked out at the stars, considering her question. The station had become more than just a workplace, it had become a home. The people, Velarion and human alike, had become his family. And then there was Emma, whose unwavering resolve and quiet strength had become a constant source of inspiration. "I think I'd like to," Ryan said finally. "There's still so much to learn here, and I feel like I've only just begun to scratch the surface." Emma's smile widened. "I was hoping you'd say that. The station wouldn't be the same without you." As the weeks turned into months, Zenara Outpost continued to thrive. The sabotage incidents had ceased, and the station's commitment to transparency and inclusion had won over even its harshest critics. The Velarion people, once divided over the role of the station, now stood united in their mission to share their unique gift with the galaxy. Ryan, meanwhile, found himself taking on more responsibilities. His technical expertise and problem-solving skills had earned him a place on the station's leadership team, and he worked closely with Emma to ensure that Zenara remained a beacon of progress and collaboration. One day, as he walked through the bustling central hub, Ryan paused to watch a group of young Velarions learning about the station's operations. Their eyes sparkled with curiosity, and their questions came rapid fire. It reminded him of his own excitement when he first arrived, and he realized how far he had come since then. Later that evening, Emma joined him for a quiet moment on the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly before them, a reminder of the vastness of the galaxy and the boundless possibilities it held. "Do you ever think about what's next?" Ryan asked, his voice thoughtful. Emma tilted her head, her gaze distant. "Always. But I've learned that the best way to prepare for the future is to build something strong in the present." Ryan nodded, her words resonating deeply. "Then let's keep building together." They stood side by side, two souls united by a shared purpose and a dream of a better future. Zenara Outpost had faced its challenges and emerged stronger, a testament to what could be achieved when people came together with integrity and vision. As the twin suns set, casting the station in hues of gold and crimson. Ryan felt a deep sense of peace. He didn't know what the future held, but he knew he had found his place among the stars. And with Emma by his side, he was ready to face whatever lay ahead.